Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. And that's like no faking. I haven't paid for a flight, a hotel, a fucking purse, nothing in I don't know how long. Food, he take care of everything.
So let's talk about what people are saying online, because the whispers have turned into full-blown conversations. There's a theory floating around that what we're watching isn't a love triangle gone wrong, it's a calculated play. And Claressa Shields? She might be the mark. According to some voices on the internet, Papoose and Remy Ma have been running a long con together. The endgame? Claressa's bank account. And here's the kicker. People are saying it's working. That's right, the strategy, if you believe the chatter, is playing out exactly as planned, which would explain a lot about why these two are still legally tied together, wouldn't it? Now, Claressa's been vocal. She's defended this man publicly, told the world he was the first guy to ever treat her right. Sweet, right? Except, there are people saying that treatment came with a price tag. Literally, that every bit of attention, every supportive Instagram post, every public appearance, she was funding it. He wasn't showing up out of love. He was showing up because the checks cleared. And Remy Ma? Oh, she allegedly let something slip. Word is, she called Claressa Papoose's newest come-up. Just said it out loud. Why would she do that?
You're a user, and you over there playing with that girl. You over there playing with her. If I thought she would believe it and would listen or even care, because anytime somebody gonna say like, yeah, they told me what the situation was and I accepted it.
Some think she knew nobody would take her seriously. Others think it was spite. But there's a third option. What if she was just being honest? What if she said it because she knew exactly what was happening and frankly, didn't care who knew? But the allegations don't stop at emotional manipulation. Now people are saying Papoose has been draining Claressa financially, taking her money to settle his debts. And the worst part? The claim is that he won't stop until there's nothing left. Until she's empty.
Oh, I'm never gonna stop talking about my man. I just brought him his food in the back because he was upstairs. Ain't that y'all joke? Oh, he's upstairs. Just brought him his food. And y'all talking shit, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna ever make me stop talking about my man. That's what y'all think y'all gonna do. You're not gonna do it. Whenever I feel like saying Papoose's name, I'm gonna say his name. Clark.
Let's pause for a second and think about how Claressa Shields is perceived now. Before all this, she was a fighter, a champion, but now her name comes up and it's tied to drama, relationship mess, public feuds, every interview, every social media post. It's about him. It's about them. Her entire public identity has shifted, and not in a good way. Because here's what people forget. Claressa Shields is a world champion. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist. She is the only boxer, man or woman, to ever hold undisputed titles in 4 weight classes. She's won belts in 5 divisions. Ryan Destiny just played her in a biopic called The Fire Inside. This woman is a living legend in the sport of boxing, but you wouldn't know it from the headlines, would you? Because all anyone talks about now is who she's dating and who she's beefing with. And Papoose? He's benefiting from all of it. People are saying Claressa gave him access to stages he never touched on his own, arenas, stadiums, a level of visibility that his rap career, despite the respect he gets for his bars, never brought him. After more than a decade of relative quiet, he's back in the conversation. And it's not because of a new album, but it goes deeper. Papoose isn't just her boyfriend. He's her manager, her boxing promoter. He's framing their relationship as a partnership, a business venture. He's out here saying they're building empires together, securing bags, making power moves. Real romantic, right?
I've been possible without Papoose.
His transition to the executive suite as the creative director of the record company helped broker the deal that secures Shields' spot as one of the highest paid female boxers in the business.
As a fan, watching Claressa from the outside, I never seen someone who was more deserving.
And then came the big announcement. November, press conference. Claressa Shields signs an $8 million multi-fight deal with Salida Promotions and Win Records. Groundbreaking, they said. A game changer for women's boxing, they said. But let's talk about Win Records for a second. Because it's not a boxing company, it's a music management label. And guess who the flagship artist is? Papoose. Guess who runs the hip-hop division? Papoose. And guess who the very first athlete ever signed to this label label is. Claressa Shields. Win Records now controls her branding, her public appearances, her endorsement deals, any crossover opportunities she gets. And in the management world, that usually means they're taking 10 to 20% off the top of everything. Then there's Salida Promotions. Now, they're legit. They're an actual boxing promotion company. They book the fights, handle the logistics, get her on ESPN, get her on Netflix, but guess what? They take a cut too. Another percentage. Another hand in the cookie jar. So let's do the math. Win Records takes a slice. Salida Promotions takes a slice. Add in commissions, add in fees, add in all the little costs that pile up when you've got multiple middlemen involved. And at the end of the day, Claressa's the one in the ring. Claressa's the one getting punched in the face. Claressa's the one doing the work. But how much is she actually walking away with?
Impossible, y'all. I'm gonna say it. It wouldn't have been possible without Papoose. Papoose done went not crazy, but me and Records have been working together for about 3-4 years now. And since I met Ruben, he has been just so nice and so open. And the last fight, when we had so much success at LCM, where we sold out 16,000 fans, that was because myself, Papoose, Win Records, and Sleep Promotions all worked together collectively to make that work. So I'm so grateful to them, and so grateful that I have a team who understands that, who understand my value, and who want to see me win. And we're going to continue to work together and make this big. So congrats.
This whole setup is starting to look like one of those 360 deals you hear about in the music industry. You know, the kind where the artist grinds, promotes, performs, bleeds, and the label takes everything. Same energy here, different industry. And why did Claressa sign this deal in the first place? Well, she said it herself. She publicly stated that this deal wouldn't have happened without Papoose, which raises an uncomfortable question. Was she making a business decision, or was she making a decision because of him? Where's the line between partnership and conflict of interest? Here's another thing people are pointing out. Win Records doesn't have a deep roster. Claressa is the star, the main attraction. Some are saying the whole label is being kept afloat by her career. And Papoose? He's collecting a commission for signing her. Every deal she makes, he profits. That's how this works. And speaking of profit, but there are allegations swirling that Papoose is drowning in debt, specifically tax debt. Word on the street is he owes the IRS over $300,000, 12 years of unpaid taxes, allegedly. That's not a small problem. That's a major financial crisis. Oh, and Remy Ma? She's allegedly sitting on over $600,000 in tax debt herself. Combined, we're talking about more than $1 million owed to the government. And yet, they're still married. Funny how that works, isn't it? Because here's the thing. They filed for divorce. Big public spectacle. Everyone talked about it, but it never went through. Remy allegedly pulled it off the table, and now they're out here arguing on Instagram, throwing shots, playing the bitter exes. But some people aren't buying it.
And we saw that he currently owes and has not paid taxes for the past, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11, not 12, but 13 years. This man, what does that say, Jasmine? 3, what say? I want to say it says, that's the 180,000 top name of who taxpayer would have but he ain't paying no taxes, so he shouldn't be called a taxpayer. He should be called a tax ower. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. And so these are just Papooses. Now, the reason I think that this is a tender swindler, the reason I think that there's some tricking going on here is because when Papoose and Remy were together doing an endorsement in a fur coat show store the other day, she seemed very happy to be there. When I found her tax record, what is it? Yeah, let me see. How much is those tax liens? Remy currently has $622,474.76. Guess who gonna pay it? Guess who's gonna pay it? The one, according to her own cousin, okay, that got a disability check when she was a kid for being Just a tad bit off.
Some people think it's all theater, a smokescreen. There's a growing theory that Remy and Papoose are still on the same team, that this whole public feud is just for show, that behind closed doors, they're both benefiting from the same source, Claressa. And even if Claressa wakes up tomorrow and dumps Papoose, he's still getting paid because of the management deal, because of Win Records, because of the contracts she's locked into. He profits whether they're together or not. And here's the darker angle: if he marries Claressa while still legally tied to Remy, he might become liable for Remy's debts too.
I feel like Claressa has been taken advantage of her whole life, okay? And I want to say this because she's been boxing since forever. I don't know her childhood, but I do know that her best friend who grew up with her came out and made some rather disturbing videos about Claressa being taken advantage of, you know, when she was younger as a young boxer, by her coaches and getting pregnant and things like this. And so when I see people like Papoose enter the Cash App requesting money from people like Claressa, after Remy has already warned us that, you know, he preyed on her when she was in jail. He wasn't making no money. It was Remy's money. And she said she put everything in his name only to come out and then have to work. And then he's getting the benefit of the solid black man, of the black man that's holding everything down. And so when I look at this same thing possibly being done to Claressa, and she's slow by default, and I'm talking about slow as in, you know, she probably got some early stage, you know, some issues going on, being knocked around, you know, it does have an effect on your brain and on your cognitive thinking and stuff, and you're not able to see straight. And if she was already taken advantage of by her coaches, surely it's easier for a bum like this to come in and take advantage of her too. I personally think they're still sleeping together. That's just my thing. I'm just gonna hold that right there.
So, staying married to Remy while stringing Claressa along? That's strategic. The internet is genuinely worried for this woman. People are hoping she sees what's allegedly happening before it's too late. Before she's broke. Before she's burned out. Because right now, if these allegations hold any weight, she's being drained in real time. And beyond the money, there are concerns about her emotional state. People are saying she seems insecure, vulnerable, obsessed with a man who may not feel the same way. And that's heartbreaking to watch. Because Claressa Shields deserves better. She deserves to feel secure. She deserves to be loved for real. So here's hoping she finds it. Real love. Self-love. The kind of love that doesn't come with contracts and percentages and hidden agendas. Because Papoose, if these rumors are true, could leave her heartbroken and financially ruined. But what do you think? Am I reaching? Or is there something here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already.